Hello everyone, I'm your director, David Camp, and I apologize for using the same gameplay footage from the last video because this stupid phone will not allow me to pull the gaming footage I was going to use for this video from my Xbox. So I apologize for that. It's being really slow, the internet today. So I'm going to stop complaining about my life and start complaining about my neighbor in 3, 2, 1. So just the other day, our dogs were barking, and I was told to go check on them because they were going insane. So I went outside and saw they were barking at the neighbor. And so as I was walking up to get the dogs away from the fence, I was just stepping off the stairs when our neighbor decided to start yelling at me a ton of stuff that I couldn't hear him saying. And after he decided to get a little closer to the fence, he yelled, "If you effing do something again, I'm gonna effing come over there and do something to you." And he didn't say something, but he did say something that I couldn't hear. So that's why I added that. And so at that point, I was a little annoyed and I didn't want to deal with him. So I tapped on the inside of the door because I walked back up on the porch and started tapping on the door because he was still outside. And I got my mother out and she asked him what his problem was. And he told my mother that I had just told him to suck my, and you can fill in the blank there. And I would never say anything like that. I don't even say any type of swear word as is. I'm a good little Christian boy. But I definitely did not say that. And my mom would know this for a fact because she was actually on the couch right there. And I was just like at the bottom of the stairs of the porch. She was in our living room right next to the door, basically. So she would have heard if I had said that. And so even my mother's like, my son would never say that and all this. And so he decides to stay out in his yard and start weed whacking his yard as soon as my mom gets onto her phone to call the police. So my mother calls the police, and police come down, and my mom starts talking to him, and the cop doesn't say anything to us, weirdly. He doesn't say, "Oh yeah, that's a problem," or something like that. Just by the end of it, I told him everything I've told you guys in these videos, I told the cop. So the cop knows, and he didn't say anything until the end where he was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go talk to your neighbor now and try and get this whole thing resolved." And so he walks over to the neighbor's house, and, he starts talking to the neighbor. And this whole time, my sister is a little suspicious, so she walks over there and kind of sits on a log, and she hears the whole conversation. And as she's listening in on this conversation, she goes ahead and comes back, and she tells us that the cop was just agreeing with everything the neighbor had said, had told the neighbor to just call the dog wardens or dog catchers if our dogs bark again and all that, and basically just agreed with every single thing the neighbor had said. The neighbor had literally told the cop that I was basically antagonizing him constantly, that my mom has been antagonizing him, and that we have purposely pointed every single one of our cameras at his house, which is not true. We have not pointed any of our cameras at our neighbor's house. And, we haven't pointed any cameras at his house. That's about it there. But then the cop comes by to my dad because he just arrived home and starts talking to my dad. And this cop was very rude. He'd been rolling his eyes at my dad, and then once my dad asks for a supervisor, cop comes by to talk to my mom, talk to my dad at the same time, and he just rolls his eyes at my mom and rolls his eyes at my dad and starts interrupting both of them. And it's just being very, very rude to us. So his supervisor gets down there, and the supervisor agrees with us on a lot of things, and we finally turn the whole thing around to where the cop who's being rude to us is now actually being kind of nice to us. They're laughing, they're joking, all that stuff. And then the neighbor decided to go back into his house and stop bothering us. And kind of a short video today. Not much to say here. Just the fact that our neighbor went insane once again. And I figured I'd tell you guys about it before I forgot. So, our neighbor's going insane, lied to the cops, and in fact, I forgot to add this tidbit of information. If you remember just a little bit ago, I said that he told my mother that I told him some vulgar stuff. Recently, which was that same day, he told my mother that I had told him to suck my thing that same day. And but when he told the cops, he was like, yeah, he said just last week. So he lied to the cop's face, unsurprisingly. And that's probably what I've titled this video, My Crazy Neighbor Lied to the Cops. So yeah, that's really about it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you look forward to the next installment, because I get a feeling that this is going to become its own personal series here. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked the video. Yeah, not much to say here. Have a good day. Subscribe if you're not. Bye.